Hi, everybody. It's Sasha from Every Day She's Sparkling. Super excited to have you on today's Blogger Spotlight. Today, we're going to actually be chatting with Nicole Santer. Just a little bit about how I met her. I'm pretty excited to have her on. Few months, we connected in a Facebook group where most of us get our collaborations on. She had posted something about marketing, and I was looking for some ideas to market my course. And so as she wanted to showcase a live brainstorming session. And so her and I connected, and we did a live brainstorming session for my course, actually. So it was really great. I learned lots of great stuff in just an hour. And so I thought, what a great opportunity to have her on. One of the questions that we get asked so often in blogging is about marketing funnels and email funnels, and blogging is all about making money while you sleep and all of this passive income. But there's so many people that don't know how to get there, don't know how to do that. So Nicole is a marketing guru, and she's amazing what she does. And so I wanted to bring her on with everybody and have her explain a little bit about how this all works. So I'm going to pull Nicole over. Let's just get her on here. Welcome, Nicole.
Good morning. Thanks for having me, Sasha.
You're welcome. I guess morning for you still. Hey,
it is,
still in the coffee.
Coffee is good at any time, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, we haven't switched to wine yet, but it's noon here, so feel free. So Nicole, let's talk about, so what we're going to chat about all today or this morning is how to make money using funnels and high converting funnels and what that all is about, because there are so many questions. And I think people don't even understand that they have an opportunity to earn this money that's sitting right there. And so I think we've seen that. I've seen it lots in my group. And I think we have a real good opportunity to share some ideas so that people can start earning some money through this email marketing and funnels and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So I'm super excited to have you here. So let's start off with, how did you get started in marketing? Because, it's always great to hear everybody's background. So
yeah, I honestly ended up almost by fluke getting into sort of the marketing tech space that I'm in now. I was part of an MLM or a direct sales company previously. Actually, I think you were part of the same one.
I've been a few.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was a great opportunity because it really got my feet wet, and I learned all about being in the online space and online marketing. But it just didn't sit right with me. I really wanted to do a little bit more and do my own thing. So I kind of I worked with a business coach and had literally tried everything under the sun. And then I kept going back to what I was really good at. And that's mapping out launches, putting together courses, like all of the business stuff, because I'm in sales for my regular profession. So it was just a really natural fit.
Natural,
yeah. I love doing it because I think I tried to force so many other things, and this was really the thing that I kept going back to.
That's awesome. Yeah. And you know what? And I think I love that you kind of, you find you do so many things. And I hear the story over and over and over again about all entrepreneurs. And every episode I think that I've done, and we talk about this, the beginning story is always people trying a million things, and then they find that one thing that they just love, and then you zoom right in on it, and it becomes your passion and what you love to talk about, right? So I love that for sure. That's awesome. Such a similar story.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I think so often what the thing is, people get hung up because they're like, well, I have to have it all figured out. It has to be perfect. But you're never going to actually learn until you try to do it. And so that's always the advice I give to someone just starting out is just take action and you're going to learn from it. Whether it's successful or not, you're going to get better a little bit every single time.
Exactly. Totally. And I completely agree. All of those failures, we talk about them all the time. They're always wins. They're always successes because you are just learning to your next step. So that's super cool. I love that. So let's get into the nitty gritty of it here. Let's start off with, tell us exactly, because it's, even if you type it into Google, it's hard to kind of wrap your brain around a little bit. So can you explain to us exactly what a funnel is in online marketing?
Sure.
Okay.
totally do that. I have a really good way to break it down because like I remember the first time I heard people talking about like sales funnels and opt-ins and conversion rates and like all this stuff in your head. And I'm a pretty techie person. Your head explodes. So one of the things I like to do is break it down into all the little pieces, the stuff you don't, and how to make it super simple. So the biggest thing that you talked about it right off the bat is when you're thinking about a sales funnel, you want to be able to generate income while passively. So while the buzzword income while you sleep.
Yeah.
Because so often we're hustling and we're pushing and we're working so hard. And it's just wonderful when you're waking up in the morning and you see those payment notifications coming in or your list is growing almost like by magic. So what you need to do these is really a free resource would be the first thing that I would start with. That would be like a video, a training, an audio, a workbook, and it can be like a recipe guide, pretty much anything that your ideal client or audience would need. What I find people tend to do is they make it way too big and way too complicated. You want to make it something that saves people time or saves them money or both. That's what you're going to need. And then you give that in exchange for their email address. So they go to a page. It's called a landing page because they land on the page. Their name and their email address, and then poof, you magically send that free thing to them. So it could be literally anything under the sun. Ultimately, you want to think about what you're trying to sell after that. So I know your audience is mostly bloggers. So think about what it is that you're trying to sell. Maybe it's some type of affiliate program that you're doing, or maybe it's a course, or maybe you do some coaching as well. Whatever it is you're selling on the back end of that, think about making sure that those pieces are connected together. What I find a lot of people are missing and where you're leaving money on the table is not after somebody gives you your email address, you get that free thing. We have an amazing opportunity for what's called a tripwire. And I don't want to scare you. But
yes, it is a scary word because I'm telling you, the first time Nicole said it to me, I think she said something like squeeze page or trip. And I just like this, my eyes were huge. And I was like, oh, okay, like what? I don't know what you're talking about. What is that?
Yeah. So let me break it down for you. What it is, it's a low cost offer that you put on the thank you page. So that's the page that pops up after someone gives you their email address. So they've opted in for that amazing freebie that you have, that workbook, that recipe plan, that, I saw somebody in your Facebook group had spring cleaning tips, and I was like, oh, that's so smart.
Perfect. Yeah.
I mean, or something like that, right? So after they opt in to get that freebie, then up pops another page that will have a low cost offer. So this would be the next practical step for that person to work with you. So think of it, let's take the spring cleaning one. It could be, I should have thought about this up beforehand.
Let's wing it.
Yeah, so it would be a little offer for them for something for, $9 to $47, $49, kind of that price range. The way I do mine is I would have a free resource, and then I usually use courses as my quote unquote tripwire. And then it would be something that's normally, let's say $100, they can get it for $50. So if you guys went to one of mine, that's what you would see. Or you can get sometimes a coupon code for something, or a discount on another course, program, offer, that kind of thing. Is that making sense? Am I explaining it well?
Yeah, totally. So you have your freebie, and then you have your in between your freebie and your service where you're getting to at the end, right?
Yes.
That's what you're saying. So in the middle here, we want to give them something that's low cost that can be the next logical step. So I was thinking when you were talking about the spring cleaning thing, and I know somebody else, and I don't know if it's the same blogger on my group. She actually gives them away as her freebie, and they're ingredient lists for creating your own product. So that would be, if you were selling those, that would be maybe a good, little say $9 tripwire. So here's your spring cleaning list. Here is, get these ingredients to create your own green, natural cleaners, and then whatever the next thing might be. And that might look like an affiliate program or whatever. That's basically what you're saying. That makes sense? Okay.
Yeah. I was missing the example for the cleaning, but you're right. She did. Maybe it's not the same woman.
I can't remember, and it might be two different people entirely. But anyways, that seemed like somewhat of a progression.
So, for example, I'll give you guys a concrete example from mine. Maybe that'll help paint the picture. I have Sales Funnels Made Simple, and it's a workbook that essentially helps you. We'll share the link later so you guys can see that, but it helps you map out your funnel, everything you need. It has a checklist in there for like common mistakes and issues that I see people do so that you don't fall into those traps. And then what you would see is after you give me your name and email address, up pops a page that says, for a limited time only, you can get this course, which is Funnels in a Weekend. And it's a 3-day course that you get. Normally I sell it for $197 and you can get it for $47 on for the next 48 hours. So what it is, it's, you guys can see how it's connected, that I have what the free thing is all about making sales funnels easy. A lot of the stuff we're talking about in this call today. And then there's a course that's discounted by 50% and you can pick the rate that you want. And then after that, they have the opportunity to work with me in other areas. But what you want to do is make sure that all of the pieces are connected. So like, I always use this example because I think it makes sense for people. But if you were a health coach, you could give a recipe, like a meal plan, and then you wouldn't want your tripwire to be like a whole bunch of workouts necessarily. You'd want it to be cohesive so that it all goes together. You want to make sure that it's almost like a natural ladder, that the free thing is connected to the tripwire, that low cost offer, which is connected to what that ultimate thing that you're going to be selling, or sort of that next step, rather than jumping all over the place and having different things.
Right. And I'm sure you've all seen them, you know, after we talked about it. And then I think I started to realize, like, yeah, these are everywhere. It's not pushy and it's not whatever. It's everywhere. Anytime you click on an opt-in, so many times you get this extra page. And I mean, if you don't care, you just exit off and you move on. But if you do, you're like, oh, hey, that's actually great. And then you add it on. So I'm sure you've seen them everywhere. They're really useful and they generate income. So like, let's talk about like what kind of success have you had? What kind of conversion rates are you seeing for those funnels that you do?
So the ultimate funnel is really hard to say, because what I do is I'll take people after they've gone through a series of emails and put them on my master list. But typically, and that's a big thing you guys want to do, you want to make sure you're showing up for your audience after they get the free thing, continue to have them get to know, like, and trust you, and you can market to them, right? Whatever the offer is. But typically industry standards for conversion rates, so that's how many people land on your page and how many people actually give you your email address. Those are about 20%. So let's say you have 100 people land on it, you're going to get 20 that give you their email address. Excuse me. And then usually for that tripwire, so that low cost offer that comes after the opt-in, it's about 1 to 2%, give or take. So what I've been able to do is I keep my landing pages super simple, you guys. Like literally, it's like a little bit of text, and then it's got the button, and that's it. The boxes to put the name and the email address in. I find simpler is actually better, rather than making me big, complicated pages, and it's less work for you. Let's be honest.
Yes.
And, so my rates are typically in the 50 to 80% range conversion rate. Instead of having 20 people, I'll have 50 to 60, 70, 80 people convert, which
that's amazing.
Is a huge thing when, especially if you wanted to start running Facebook ads, because you're paying for people to land on it. You want to have those converting because your costs are going to be so low. And don't feel like you only need to do this if you're doing Facebook ads or any kind of paid marketing. You don't. You can do them. Some of my favorite ways are sharing in other Facebook groups where your ideal people are going to be hanging out. I had lots of people from your group, which was awesome.
Yes.
My list grew organically just by I think I had 30 opt-ins by sharing in your group. I was like, excellent. Welcome.
Yeah,
it's serving them, right? So
exactly. Yeah, it's a popular question, and it's something that comes up all of the time about how does this work? It feels like this big maze, right? And I think breaking it down really simply helps. It makes sense.
Yeah. So, and then again, we were kind of talking about the conversion rate. So your tripwire, so that's that low cost offer. Usually it's like 1 to 2%. So if you have 100 people go through, you'd have one sale. But what I've done is and I'll give you guys this tip, is I've actually gotten mine to about 8%, which is huge, right? Because that's having that passive income come in. And that's only the first sale. That's not subsequent sales that come out. The way I've done that is rather than having it, because you guys have probably seen these, like this page only for the next 20 minutes, you can save and get this, I don't know, whatever value thing for $10 or $20. Mm-hmm. What I've done is rather than having it just be that 20 minutes, I've extended that out for 48 hours. So my follow-up emails talk about that tripwire and what an amazing offer it is. I have client testimonials that are in there, and that's been able to switch that conversion rate and increase it a lot. And sorry, go ahead.
No, it's good. I was going to say, so the other piece there, the other moving piece there. So you have your opt-in, you have your tripwire, you have then an automated series, obviously, some kind of welcome message, whether that be a couple of emails or a series of emails to connect that to your main subscribers list.
Exactly.
So that would be the other section.
Yeah. Because if someone opts in, you have to send the free thing, right? And then we call it warming them up, because sometimes people are opting in and they're warm leads. So they know you, they follow you on social media, they're part of your Facebook group or read your blog every day or every week. But other people are going to be cold leads, and they're just going to get to try and know, like, and trust you. So share a little bit about yourself, what you do, what makes you tick. You could share about the work that you do with your clients, the results that they get. Anything that's going to share your story is a big part of it too. Mm-hmm. So I usually suggest that you need at least to deliver the free thing. And then if they purchase the tripwire, you have to send that email too. Obviously, we have to deliver whatever they purchase. And then I used to they called it a double tap email. And honestly, it was a little overwhelming. So you would send 2 emails a day for like 3 to 4 days. And it was overwhelming. And it didn't work, to be honest. Mm-hmm. And people always ask, like, well, how many emails should I actually send, Nicole? How do I want to do this? And I always say, well, what would you like to get if you were on the receiving end? So what I've done is I just deliver the free thing, and then I think it's 4 emails total. So free thing, another email the next day, another one the next day, and then the last chance for the discount on the course. And then that's it. And then from there, what I do is I would put them into my automated email marketing, to my master.
Your general. Yeah, your general one.
Where you would send out your, weekly, monthly, multiple times a week newsletter, whatever you're kind of doing. So
exactly. Yeah. And it's a pretty slick system. So I got to tell you that, so I met Nicole, we talked about my course, and then she had a course that I also took not very long after that, probably a week and maybe 2 weeks after. Yeah. And it was all on funnels in a weekend, and everything. I had so many moving parts going on. I did manage to get my funnel together. It did take me, because I did the free version. I'm going to call this the duct tape version. I did it entirely free because I completely did not want to purchase some high-end software, and it was very difficult. And but it did come together, and I had. I think it took about the return was about the same, the conversion rate. So it did take me a bit, and I was just sort of second guessing it. And that same day I was second guessing, and I sent Nicole a message. I'm like, I got this payment for my tripwire. I didn't even know how I did it. I didn't know what it was. I was actually like, why do I have a payment? So, so it actually does work, and it made total sense. So it was really great once I kind of got moving along, and it was fantastic. So
I get super excited every single time when I still get those tripwires coming in. Like, I'll be at my day job and I'll get an email because I have it set up whenever the payment goes through that I see it. I was like, oh yay! And like, it doesn't matter if it's $7 or $47 or whatever, because it's one, you're helping someone who needs your help, and then I always say getting a customer to purchase them from you for the first time is always going to be the hardest. So I've had people who have signed up for my freebie, who have purchased a tripwire for any given amount. And then one amazing client actually just signed up for a mastermind with me, which is like a 5-figure investment. So all from having a free resource funneling through. So they totally do work depending on what it is that you want to offer, and making sure you're giving value to your clients. So
totally. I just want to take a second because we do have some ladies on, so it's really great. I see Nadia and Sydney are both on, and we have three. We have a couple comments, but we did have a question, so I thought if you didn't mind taking a question.
Of course.
So Sydney is asking us, what do you use to send out and create emails?
Perfect. Great question.
Great question.
And we get this a lot. There are so many different email marketing systems to do that. I know, Sasha, you use MailerLite, correct?
MailerLite, yeah.
Okay, so that's awesome. MailChimp is another one. I've heard MailChimp isn't as user-friendly. I personally haven't used it myself. But MailerLite, you have, it's like a free up to 500 people, right?
Yeah, it used to be, before January, it was free to 1,000 people, and it's still free to 500 members, and you have all of the options of automations and campaigns and RSS campaigns, and so there's all kinds of different stuff. You have any option that you would have anywhere, landing pages, and yeah, so MailerLite has been really great so far.
That's awesome. I haven't used it myself. I've heard really good things, and not just from you. I started with ActiveCampaign, which is $9, and the price is US. $9 a month up to 500 people, and then it escalates from there based on how big your list is.
I've heard lots of good things about ActiveCampaign.
It is wonderful. The business coach I was working with at the time is using it, so it just kind of made sense to use what she was using. The price was good, and then she had all sorts of training and videos and stuff. But it's super user-friendly. If you can use like Gmail and navigate through Facebook and post on a business page or write a blog post, you're totally fine with pretty much any of the platforms. What I'm using now is a little bit different, and it's Simplero, and it's more of an all-in-one. So it does email marketing, it does automation, payment processing. I do a lot of courses and memberships, so that encompasses everything. That's a different investment level. So if you're just starting out, I think free would be a wonderful way to go.
Free is good.
So start with MailerLite, and then if you have more than 500 people, then I think that's awesome, and you don't really mind paying for a little investment for your
exactly.
Or if you want to check out ActiveCampaign, it's awesome too. So those are two good ones.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, that was an awesome question. Thank you.
Yeah, if you guys have more questions, keep them coming. I'm more than happy to share and let you guys pick our brains.
We love the questions. So you've given some really great tips. Can you think of any other ones that could help, in building your funnels? And tell us.
Yeah, for sure. I think the biggest thing is, we kind of talked about this at the beginning, is that people want everything to be perfect rather than just like putting it out there. When it comes to sales funnels, simple is better than perfect, or simple is good, and then done is better than perfect. And you want to make sure that you test it. So when I'm talking about the conversion rates, what I suggest my clients do, and I'd suggest for you guys too, is focus on that landing page and getting that conversion rate pretty good. You want to make sure if you're not hitting at least that 20%, then it's probably time to go back and tweak. I always suggest to test it in like your warm audience or in Facebook groups before you put any paid money behind it, because you don't want to pay to put something out there and then have it tank. So I like to make sure that I play around, share in Facebook groups where people are hanging out that would benefit from whatever my free thing is. And then once you know that it's converting, then put some money behind it if you decide to do that. You don't have to, again, remember. So start there, and then always repurpose content that you already have. So don't feel like you have to go and like create this course or this huge resource or anything like that. Be smart. Think about what you have that you can pull pieces out. One of my clients, I gave her a really good idea, is she does courses. So I'm like, well, why don't you take one of the modules out as your tripwire, and then people can upgrade and purchase the whole thing after. She's like, oh my gosh, that's genius. I would have never thought about that. And it's like, why do a whole other course or workshop or something when it doesn't really fit into the funnel? So you can be really smart and strategic, but focus on serving that ideal client. That is really how you're going to get people opting in. It has to be something that they need and they want, and it's going to be beneficial to them. So I think those are the tips.
That's what I did for my tripwire ended up doing, because it ended up being the chunk of my course that you had to take before you could do the course itself. And so, I mean, we all know that you could go back and read the blog post, but what I did was I turned 3 really great blog posts into ebooks, so they could be digital and right on hand, added a little bit extra into them, and then also included a spreadsheet, a stat spreadsheet that I actually use myself as a bonus that I don't give anywhere else. And so that ended up being my tripwire, which led into my course ultimately. So started off with the blogging workbook freebie. And then, so just for any of you that are interested in how sort of the progression works there. And then I did repurpose content I already had. I didn't have to, go crazy and make some stuff. And then obviously it segues into my course itself in my welcome series. So yeah, use what you have, and you probably already have a great idea of what you've got going on there. Just got to put all the pieces together. And so, I think those are some fantastic tips. Now we've got a little bit of an exciting announcement. So for anybody that's interested, Nicole and I are teaming up, and this coming weekend, starting on Friday, we are actually going to be offering a fabulous freebies workshop where we're actually going to walk through all the stages of what we're talking about, very specifically using, workbooks and things to actually move us through and figure out exactly for everybody what is going to be the perfect tripwire, or, your perfect freebie to, you can think about your tripwires to the end game and where you're going with that. So, and Nicole, it's really exciting. This is our first collaborative project together. So we're super pumped.
I'm super pumped too, and the reason we wanted to do it together is because Sasha's amazing on the whole blogging, and she's a genius at like building things together from like piecing it, because I just pay for the software. And you managed to make it all work for like free or like user-friendly budgets to help. Because I remember what it's like when you're first starting your business, and like you don't want to shell out, you're shelling out more than what's coming in, right? So yes. He has an amazing ability to do that. And then my gift is really like, I think I'm one of my clients calls me a funnel ninja, because I'm like, ooh, do this. And
I would agree. I would agree.
Love it. And I love being able to help other women get their ideas out into the world, and so that you guys can make a difference, but also make an income. So we're kind of taking you guys are going to get the best of both of us together in one course. And I love collaborating as well. And I just love Sasha. So it was a perfect fit. Yeah.
We're so excited. So I will drop the link to the workshop. So we're just today, this is the first we've mentioned it anywhere. So I'm sure if you're in our groups, you're going to see it in other places here, but this is the first place we have dropped this information. So I'm going to add the links in, and for the first 2 days, as we're going to call it a fast action bonus. The course itself, the workshop is $77, but we're going to offer it to anyone that's watching this and sees it, and anybody in the next 2 days that pre-registers, it's going to be $30 off. So it'll be $47 instead of $77, which is exciting. I'm so excited.
Like, idea. Like when I do single coaching sessions, I have one tonight, and like it's significantly more than getting 3 days of support live in a group where you can literally pick our brains and get everything. And I know Sasha supports this as well. So we wanted to make this like a total no-brainer, because what was frustrating me so much, and Sasha probably got a little tired of my messages, but I'm like, your group needs this. Because I saw people asking so many questions about email marketing, and like, I know you guys aren't capitalizing on the whole tripwire thing. So like, even if you don't join the course, it's totally fine. We still love and adore you guys. But you're going to be able to walk away at the end of that 3 days with us with a way to make money while you're building your email list, while you're getting people subscribing to your newsletters, because we kept seeing it post after post after post every week almost.
Almost every day.
It
was getting crazy. I was like, people are asking all the time. We got to do something about this.
So that's kind of how this whole idea was born, was really based on what the need is, because we remember what it was like with hearing about sales funnels and building your email lists and email marketing, and how it's almost this like nasty, scary thing. But we want to make it super simple for you guys and give you the tools, regardless of what your budget is for investing. We're going to give you kind of like the free version, and then we'll give you some different options depending on what you want to do, but really to get this all up and running, because you guys are working your butts off, right? And we want you to be able to grow and have that income coming in.
Yes, it was kind of when we did it, I was like, well, this is just stupid. I can't believe I never thought of this before. Like I said, I've seen them a million times. Every time I click on it, some kind of opt-in, this thing pops up, and sometimes I buy them, because I'm one of those like impulse buyers. I'm like, hey, that actually kind of works, and that's cheap, and why not? So
that's not a deal, right?
Yeah. So then it seemed like such a no-brainer, and I couldn't believe that I never clued into it before. So it's definitely been a great experience, and I'm so excited to share it with everybody that joins the workshop. So like I said, I'm going to drop that link in here, and I'll drop the link for the coupon for $30 off too, so that you can take advantage of that for the next couple of days here. I think, Nicole, you've given us so much great information just even in this short amount of time. But I know that you do coaching, you do lots of other workshops and programs that are so beneficial. Where can we find you outside of this?
The best way, and where I like to hang out, is on my business page on Facebook. So you can just search me, Coach Nicole Santer, and then my website as well. So I think you have it ready to go.
There we go.
Perfect. So Nicole-Santer, SANTER.com. You guys can find me there. And yeah, I do all sorts of different stuff. I do courses all about launching and selling your own courses. I love doing funnels. So I'm probably, just as a little sneak peek, probably going to be doing something around helping with people with funnels, either building them out for you if you need some help and support. I have ideas of doing kind of like a little monthly, like a mastermind, like a little mini membership. So yeah, lots of cool stuff. So if you guys want, you can check that out and follow me on my business page. I'm not super active on Instagram or other platforms yet, but Facebook's kind of my jam and where I hang out. So
perfect. Okay, and we'll make sure to drop some links too here. So if you're watching after, another thing is that for those of you who missed it, if you have any questions, drop them in here. Nicole and I can check back and answer anything. If you had any super questions you want answered about this video itself, this live. And then I'm going to I'll take the answers to Nicole's questions that we had today along with this video, and I will be creating a blog post and shuttling that out on Friday. So if you missed today and you want to get the the other version of it and the written down version, we're going to have that as well for you. So definitely make sure to check that out. I'll be posting links for that in the Blogging Babes Collective and on Everyday She's Sparkling. So you'll see that here. And if you feel like somebody might gain some information from this and somebody might enjoy this live, by all means, feel free to share it. We love to get our message around and share and give as much great information to everybody else as we can. We did have one last question here.
Yeah, keep them coming. Sure.
Gloria is asking for the workshop. Will it be a monthly fee or a one-time fee?
It's a one-time fee. And so you guys, and of course, you'll have lifetime access to all of the training, all of the workbooks, everything that's in there. Just so then if you want to go back and you want to make some tweaks and changes or can't remember or want to watch a video again, you totally can. So yeah, it's a steal of a deal.
It is. It's going to be a ton of information in one weekend. We're going to cram it all in.
but it's done in a way that's not overwhelming.
Yes.
Because you can go, and I've been in some of these courses and workshops and stuff, and there's just so much information coming at you. We're going to give you guys like tangible things that you can take action on and then actually execute and implement into your business. So it's not just going to be like bombard you and like run away and leave. We're going to give you the stuff that you can actually do, and it's broken down into small little pieces. So I think it'll be really fun. I'm super excited about it. It's
going to be so fun. You're welcome, Gloria. Thanks. That was a great question. Yeah. We are pretty pumped about it. So, yeah. And if you, any other questions, if you have at the end of this, I know, we're only on here usually for half hour, 45 minutes. And but if you have any questions, by all means, drop it in the thread and we will find it and we will get back to you.
Yeah. And if you guys are wanting a little bit more, because I like to share this for a couple of reasons, is I have my sales funnels made simple. We're going to be digging more into that on the weekend. But if you guys are looking for a resource, the one I talked about, and then you guys, the fun thing is that you guys will see how my funnel's kind of set up. If you guys opt in for it, you can not only get the workbook, then you'll also get the follow-up email sequences. So you can see how I do it, how they work, how it all converts. So what I'll do is after we get off live, I'll drop the link in.
Yes, please do.
But if you guys want to check that out, it's an awesome workbook. So
yeah, awesome. Yeah, great. Do that for sure, Nicole, for sure. And it's a great way to get started and great way just to segue into, if you're thinking about the workshop, or even if you're not, grab this. It's a freebie. You can check it out, see how it all works, see what we're going to be talking about, a chunk of what we're going to be talking about, and just sort of get a feel for it. And yeah, it's a great idea. Thanks, Nicole. That's fantastic.
Happy to help.
Well,
That's
awesome.
why I created it, so.
Exactly. Well, thank you everybody for popping on. It's great to have you all here on this lovely Sunday afternoon. And thanks, Nicole, so much for taking some time out of I know you're super busy. And taking some time out of your schedule to be here with us and share with us about funnels, and because it is a boggling thing sometimes for people, and it's great to have it sort of broken down and just explain even what it is. Like, I mean, honestly, I had no idea. So I really appreciate that you could be here to share that information.
Of course. Well, I don't think anybody's really talking about it specifically in the blogging space. Like, I think you see it a lot in the business sector, as far as like business coaching, but not specifically for individuals who are focused on growing their business blogging. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think you do see it in blogging, but it's not until they're in like the 6-figure section, because I think somehow they've obviously got to that point and somebody said to them, hey, you need to be having this, you need to be working your funnels and building your tripwires, and that's where you're seeing it. And so there's this like disconnect from where you start until you get to like your growth stage, your big growth, and you're like, and then you get there and you could have done it so much sooner. You could be taking advantage of that traffic and everything that you had so much earlier. So it's a really great opportunity to start it early. And I mean, because then you can always hone and tweak as you go along, right? So get on it. If I wouldn't have had any tripwire sales if I hadn't met you, because I wouldn't have known what that was. So yeah, it's awesome. And I think this is going to be great. I'm looking forward to the workshop. And yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for coming and hanging out. It's been a great time.
Awesome.
All right. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Oh, yeah, I think that was it. We had one more from Aaron, just saying thanks, ladies.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Aaron. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your...
If you guys have tripwire sales, so like if you take action on what we've talked about today and you start having sales, post them in the blogging group so we can celebrate you. Because I have some of my biz besties, and just like Sasha sent me the message when she had her first one, like it doesn't matter if it's $7 or if it's $700, let's celebrate it, okay? So every time you guys have a tripwire sale.
Yes. Those are big wins. They're all the little ones are big ones, because little ones add up. That's what it's all about.
Like I was telling about the client who did that, and then she ended up purchasing a bigger package with me. So
exactly. Yeah, you don't ever know where it's going to end up, and you have to just start it somewhere. So that's awesome. Yes, please share all your wins, and if you do something with it, let us know what you're doing. We'd love to hear about it. All right, everybody, take care. Have a fantastic Sunday. We will talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.